Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to review of All Hope Is Gone, the first studio record by the band Slipknot. Today we're celebrating the 15th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. My story with this band is quite simple. My sister showed me this back in the year 2001, a few months before Iowa was released. It was their first record, the self-titled one, on a cassette tape. I've enjoyed it so much. I've loved the fact that it had a hidden track, like you would wait for scissors to be over and then after a couple of minutes Eeyore, or however you pronounce that, would play. That was so cool to me back then because I was just a child. As you know, I've been a fan of Slipknot for a very long time. I remember when Iowa was released, that record is still my favorite. Then Volume 3 and it was okay. And then finally we had All Hope Is Gone. I remember when they've released a music video for Psychosocial. Not the long version, but the one that had the breakdown removed for some reason. And then this album got released and I was like, yeah, nice. This is the final Slipknot release with Joy Jordison and Paul Gray, who sadly died in the year 2010, rest in peace, and Joy died in 2021. Also rest in peace. Both of those guys were legends, and I feel like people tend to forget that Paul and Joy were the main songwriters in this band, and like 90% of the music is by them. And you can truly feel that, so for me personally, All Hope Is Gone is the last Slipknot release, because the songwriters are gone. Here you can see who wrote which song. Usually it's the entire band, but like for example Sulfur was just Joy and Jim wrote. That's actually the first song they wrote together. We also have Dead Memories and Snuff just by Corey Taylor, and apparently the title track All Hope Is Gone, while it was written by most of the band, the first demo was just done by Joy. As I said before, this is the final Slipknot release with the standard lineup of Corey on the vocals, Mick on the guitars, Sean on the percussion, Craig on the samplers, Jim Root on the guitars, Chris Fenn on the percussion, Paul Gray on the bass, Joy Jordison on the drums, and Sid Wilson on the turntables and keyboards. The production was handled by Dave Fortman and the band themselves, and it's tight, it's clean but heavy, no loudness or no clipping, just the way I like it. I especially enjoy how the drums and the guitars were mixed. Message is diverse. The songs are about various topics, ranging from society, politics, personal struggles, relationship issues, divorce that Corey was going through, depression, pop culture, etc. Structure of the tracks is between basic and advanced. Usually they follow the standard structure of intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro, but in the middle of those segments they usually add some stuff that only happens once, and I feel that's why those songs stand out, like you remember them. Music on this record could be described as a mix of nu metal, heavy metal, even death metal in some parts. The record starts with an intro called Execute, and here we can only hear Corey and some weird noises in the background. At the end we have a drum solo by Joy. I do enjoy the speech that Corey is giving here. I think it's based on some speech by United States of America president, the one from 1970. Anyways, it's a good start to this record, but if you have ever watched my previous reviews, you know that I am not a fan of intros or interludes. And this thing, well, it's fine, but it doesn't mean much to me. 6 out of 10. Gematria is the first real song here, and the first thing I want to notice here is the drumming. Joy is one of the best drummers out there. He's legendary. I love everything he did, like the double bass work, the groove, the speed, the intensity. To me, he was the soul of this band, and after he was fired through an email, which is fucking ridiculous, like the band was never the same. His playing on this record is amazing, and I love every drum part he wrote for this album. Then we have the bass work by Paul, and the bass is audible, it complements the other instruments. I feel like the bass should have been louder on this album, but besides that I have nothing to complain about. Paul's bass playing is legendary and I do enjoy it. Also, fun fact, he would write lots of guitar riffs on this record as well. For example, the stuff on the title track, All Hope Is Gone. The tremolo riffs are by him. Next we have the guitar work by Mick and Jim. I've always preferred Mick over Jim. Jim is fine, but Mick, he has that death metal energy about him. I love his guitar riffs, his talent shines on this record. I truly enjoyed the groovier parts, the more nu metallic riffs here and there. The guitar solos are legendary on this record, no matter who is playing them. Then we have the keyboards, turntables and special effects by Sid Wilson. I feel like since Volume 3, his role in the band started to diminish, like he's not as present in the music as before. I mean, I get it, they're trying to leave the nu metal stuff behind, so the DJ is not going to do that on every song, but I do miss it. There are still songs on this record like Soul 4, Butcher's Hook and All Hope Is Gone, where you can clearly hear him do the turntabling stuff, but I wish there was more of it. We also have some percussive elements by Sean, Chris and the other dude, I forgot his name. You know, they're just punching some kegs in the background and it sounds like Saint Anger, like in the song Psychosocial, for example. I do enjoy it. I feel like, yet again, there should have been more of that stuff, you know, more tribal elements, but that's just me, like, I wish there was more of it. Finally, we have the vocals by Corey, and he's straight up killing it on this record. I feel that when it comes to his vocals, he sounds way more refreshed and energetic than on the previous album Volume 3, because back then he wanted to kill himself or some shit and he was drinking a lot, and here, I don't know, maybe he's more healthier. I love his singing here, the screaming and growling is on point as usual. Also, the other dudes are doing the backing vocals as well, and I do enjoy their screaming and growling. G-Matria is a great start to this record. It has lots of death metal riffs, it has energy, it's intense, it's straight to the point. I enjoy the vocals here as well. You can feel that Corey has passion to do this stuff. I love the guitar solos as well. It's not my favorite song on the record, but I feel like it's very underrated because nobody talks about it. And it's a banger, like, compared to the stuff after this record, this is a masterpiece. 8 out of 10. Sulfur, now this song was released as a single with a music video. I love the DJ stuff here, the atmosphere, the guitar riffs, especially the drumming by Joy, it's just straight up beautiful. The vocals are very somber, you know, the clean singing, but the screaming is on point as well. Love the bridge part, the breakdown, just everything. This is a classic song. It's hard to choose my favorite part because everything is just on point. 10 out of 10. Also, I forgot to mention, but the Surfer song, that's the one about depression. Next track, Psychosocial. Now this one makes fun of society, how stupid it is. It has that classic heavy metal vibe to it when it comes to the verses, you know, that groove. Doom, 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 doom. I did my time, and our lives so official. I cannot stop laughing because do you remember the first parody of this song? Like, they did a mashup of Justin Bieber's Baby and Psychosocial. It's still haunting my dreams after all those years, going back to the original song. This one is a classic, everybody knows it. I love the chorus, the clean singing, and the rain will kill us all. The breakdown is also fun. The limits of the dead. I don't know why they've removed it from the promo single version. I guess it was for the radio, because the radio selected only songs that would last like 3 minutes, and this track is almost like 5 minutes with those breakdowns, so that's probably why, but I still don't get it. This track is a masterpiece. I have nothing else to add. I love the music video, the fact that they are burning those weird masks there. Also, the masks on this album were just so funny. Corey looks like a discount Halloween villain, you know, like Michael Myers, who is retarded. And the Sid Wilson dude has spikes in his mask. He looks like from Hellraiser or some shit. I always love that. The masks on this record were just so fun. They were 1,000 times better than the shit we've got on the Grey Chapter. Like, those masks looked so fucking hideous. They're just so awful, like a child made them and then some dogs vomited on them. I just hated those masks. But the masks on All Hope Is Gone were fire. This is a classic song. It's a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. Dead Memories is another single with a music video, and this song is very sad when you think about it. It's about the messy divorce Corey had and how his ex doesn't love him anymore, and it's like she's the worst part of him, you know, like he's burying all the memories they had together, shit like that. No, it's romantic stuff. I love this song, it has a very eerie and atmospheric vibe to it. Love the guitar solo especially, it's so haunting and beautiful, it's memorable, it stays in your head. This entire song is a classic, even if it sounds more like a Stone Sour track. 10 out of 10. Vendetta. Now this is the first song that I have issues with. I do enjoy the death metalish guitar riffs here and there. The verses are fine, but the oh chorus part, like, what is that shit? Like, what are you doing? Is this pop music? I just hate that stuff, you know? That oh shit. Like, it's in this song, it's inexcusable, it's not fun to listen to. Everything else in this track is fine. Like the guitar riffs, the drumming, as usual, it's just the best part. But those vocals were like, you what, mate? I guess this is my second least favorite song on the record. But still, a fun time. If you ignore that oh part. 8 out of 10. Butcher's Hook. Now this one is the exact opposite of the previous song. This one has amazing instrumental work and the verses are the weakest part because the chorus, go ahead and disagree, I'm going all again. The singing is actually beautiful, the screaming is great as well, so I do enjoy it. Also this track at the end in the outro has some cool turntable stuff, so it's memorable, it's fun. I feel like this song is very underrated. I haven't heard anyone talk about it like ever. 9 out of 10. Gehenna is one of the best songs on this record, and it's also the one that has the old school Iowa vibe to it. It's a very weird sounding track. It's about a dude who loves a woman and he's obsessive about her. It just sounds so weird and demented like. The vocal performance on this song is the best how Corey has ever sounded like. His singing, his screaming, his growling, how he goes through all of those vocal changes, and it always sounds so fucking good. Love the chorus here, the verses that sound very dark like, the guitar solo is so beautiful and memorable. This song doesn't have any flaws, it's the most underrated Slipknot song ever. I don't understand why nobody ever talks about this one. Every single guitar riff, the bass sound, the drumming, the keyboard elements, the vocals, it all works. I am not sure who wrote this song, like the first demo, but they've done a badass job. 11 out of 10. Disco Black is my third least favorite song on this record, cause I do love the intro, it kinda reminds me of the Serious Sam video game, like the soundtrack of that game. So the intro is fine, the verses are okay, the chorus is great. I do enjoy this song, but it's nothing special, like it's on the same level as Vendetta, but it doesn't have any ooh sound, like it's just great. 8 out of 10. Wherein Lies Continue. Now this one is a banger, it's the highlight of this album. I love the intro. Wow. The verses go so hard. Then you have the cool pre-chorus with that cool guitar riff. The chorus is beautiful, the singing, wow. This track is just truly fantastic. 10 out of 10. Snuff was released as a single with a music video. It's the most overrated song I have ever heard. Like, I feel like this is a shitty sequel to Through the Glass from Stone Sour. It doesn't sound like a Slipknot song, and it doesn't have to. Like, Dead Memories didn't sound like Slipknot as well, but it was fun to listen to. This one is not fun. I do enjoy the lyrics and the message, like it's about a failed relationship, and I get it, you know, everyone had that experience, everyone has gone through that, but this song is just nothing special to me. I don't enjoy it, I never did. I would actually remove this song from the playlist, it hurts the album. 5 out of 10. And the final song, which is also the title track, All Hope Is Gone. This is the best track on this record, and it's also one of the best Slipknot songs ever. It has guitar riffs written by Paul, like back in the 90s, and I must say that it was a good fucking idea to incorporate that old school shit with some newer Slipknot vibes. This track is just so full of energy. It's intense, it's aggressive. Those guitar riffs just straight up kill, especially the tremolo ones in the verses. They remind me of the video game Doom, the original one from 1993. So this song is like a mix of nu metal and death metal. I love that the DJ is back and he's doing some stuff on the turntables. Waka waka, love that shit. The guitar solos, so fast, so fun to listen to. The vocals, angry, pissed off, full of emotions, intense. Love the screaming, the shouting, just everything. The gang vocals here. This track is just 12 out of 10. We also have 3 bonus tracks on the special edition. The first one is called Child of Burning Time. It sounds like a Stone Sour song, to be quite honest, but it's actually pretty fucking good. I love the guitar riffs, the atmosphere of this song, which doesn't sound dark, but like majestic and mystical. The chorus is so fun to listen to, it's beautiful, the singing is fine, just everything. This is a very good song and I don't understand why it's just a bonus track. 10 out of 10. Vermilion Part 2 Bloodstone Mix is another version of a song from the previous record. It's the weakest version, but it's still fun to listen to. I enjoy this stuff way more than Snuff, and that part, I won't let this build up inside of me. That will always sound good, no matter the version. It's always fun to listen to. 7 out of 10. And finally we have Till We Die. This is the only song that was released from those weird experimental sessions half of the band had. Like Corey, Jim, Sid, I think, and Sean. I don't exactly remember. I just know that those sessions were done without Joey or Paul. Joey and Paul were all about that heavier shit. It's supposed to come out next year, all of those experimental songs. I wonder if they are going to sound good, because this one is actually a banger. I do enjoy Till We Die. The guitar riffs here, those acoustic ones, the atmosphere of this song. It's so sad and beautiful at the same time. The clean singing is on point. This is 10,000 times better than Snuff. I don't see any flaws here. I hope that those experimental songs that they're supposed to release in the future are going to be of the same quality as Till We Die. They probably won't be, but I can dream, right? 10 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable, the flow is fitting, replayability. Yeah, it's an excellent release. I enjoyed this record from beginning to the end. Sure, it has some weak songs like Snuff. The intro is just decent, nothing special, but besides that I do enjoy every other song. The highlights here are title song All Hope Is Gone, Gehenna, Dead Memories, Sulfur, Psychosocial, Wherein Lies Continue, Butcher's Hook. Check those songs out. Also Child of Burning Time and Till We Die. I don't know why they are just bonus tracks. If it were up to me, I would remove Snuff and Execute and replace Vendetta with Till We Die and Discord Black with Child of Burning Time. This way I would have had a perfect album with 10 classic songs. But what we had in the end is also fun and special. I wonder how many B-sides they have from this release, because apparently they wrote more than 30 songs, so we have still 15 or 16 to hear. I would love to experience that shit. We probably won't, but it's still nice to think about it. I wish all of the bands would just do the same thing that Linkin Park does, so they just would release all of their B-sides that they finished or not finished, because people deserve to hear them. So to put it shortly, I enjoyed this record more than Volume 3, but it's not better than Iowa or self-titled one. And I feel like this is the final Slipknot album. The next ones, they have different songwriters. I don't feel like the new songs are just as fun and interesting as the songs here. I also don't like how Corey Taylor has driven Joey out of the band and how he was fired. That's just not respectful, and I have no idea how this has happened, to be quite honest. I know that people grow apart, but it's just not cool, not cool. I feel that Joey did not deserve to be treated like that. That's just my opinion. Thank you for watching, celebrate the recipe by spinning this record today. It deserves your love and attention. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on my Instagram page, and I will see you in my other reviews and videos. Bye!